Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. House of the Dead. 2003, Uwe Boll. This film follows a group of friends, in particular a man named Rudy and his ex-girlfriend Alicia. Alicia and her other friends are looking to go to Isla del Muerte, the site of a large rave that Rudy and his friends are hosting there. When Alicia arrives though, her and her group find the rave abandoned, and soon discover the reason why. The living dead have attacked. Finding Rudy and a couple other survivors, everyone on the island must survive this onslaught of zombies before they become mincemeat. Man, what would a Classics month about shitty video game movies be without the king of shitty video game movies? Not only that, this is my first Uwe Boll joint. And for this Classics month, when deciding on what Uwe Boll joint I was gonna watch, it was either gonna be this or the Far Cry movie. I decided on this one because, for some reason, I vaguely recall this having a wide release in theaters. Like, I remember seeing ads for this on TV or something when I was like a wee lad. Like, it's honestly shocking how this got a wide release, because Uwe Boll definitely earned his reputation as a talentless hack with this film. Man, this film is just a disaster on every level. Visually, the film is tacky at best and wholly incompetent at worst. The cinematography is incredibly just bland and flat. Stock standard camera work is made only worse by the incredibly bright and backlit scenery. But there are also moments where Uwe Boll turns this into a garish spectacle of slow-mo spinning shots that just make no sense. It just reeked of the 2000s. The big reason why these shots made no sense is because of the editing. Like, incompetent doesn't even cover it. Baffling is a better word. In this film, you see absolutely no violence or monsters for so long that it exits tension-building territory and becomes a sad sign of poorly used resources. As I alluded to earlier, this editor was hell-bent on reveling in 2000's edge, but not having the self-awareness of realizing what he was making was fucking bad. The before-mentioned slow-mo shots were not only overused, but used at inappropriate times. The film also made use of this erratic quick zoom effect that was prominent in the era as well. It's just all annoying. But the most bizarre choice this film made with editing was the incongruous and needless inclusion of things from the House of the Dead games. I'm not even talking about those annoying fades to red, which I believe was the game over screen from House of the Dead. That's one thing. Like, there's actual honest-to-God footage from the games spliced into these scenes. Having a montage of footage from the games at the front for the opening credits is tacky, but I can vaguely understand that. Footage from the game popping up on the screen during the movie? That ain't it, Chief. Production design-wise, this film's $12 million budget was not exactly allocated with production design in mind. The set locales all looked basic and tacky, especially Isla del Muerte. For some reason, it just looks like Uwe Boll shot in the woods. The rave sequence was kinda lame looking. For some reason, this rave was sponsored by Sega. Okay. The money that went into the zombies and the action set pieces was only dumped into the last half of the film. Before that, we see nothing at all. I mean, when the zombies do show up, eventually, they look fine enough. I guess they look like zombies from House of the Dead. The music in this film is essentially just 2000s techno, industrial, nu metal, hip-hop stuff. It's very of its era, as typified by the opening credits using a song by, I think, The Prodigy, I want to say. Now, on its face, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've forgiven soundtracks like this before because of how quaint it can be to hear this sort of music plastered all over a movie. But what doesn't work about the score and the soundtrack in this film is how it actively clashes with the movie. There are chase scenes in this film that are rendered totally tensionless and annoying by the composer spamming this loud, generic techno music over every single scene. It was like this composer had no single idea how to compose a piece of music or curate songs to fit a particular scene's tone and goals. It's bizarre. But, every dime used in the back half of this film, and every incompetent filmmaking decision that could be made, congealed into one glorious set piece. The cemetery fight. And this sequence, just roll the footage, monkeys. I mean, come on. Like, all those spinning shots, the spliced in video game footage, the cheap haunted house graveyard set. It is a sight to behold. I was reeling and howling watching some of the edgiest, hackiest action I have ever seen put to film. Fucking incredible. The writing in this film is no better than the filmmaking. Now, I'm no lore expert on House of the Dead. I may have played one of these games at an arcade one time. I'm old enough to have played games in an arcade. Time is an uncaring monster. Anyways, I didn't play enough of one of those games to give you in-depth analysis on what this film does or does not get right about House of the Dead. Honestly, I don't think there really is much to get. You shoot zombies with the light gun. End of fucking discussion. Writer Mark Altman could have made anything up and it probably would have been fine. No, the problem with this script is that it is fundamentally
not good.
The dialogue in this film is stunted as fuck and at times alien. Made worse by a cast that really can't hack to save their lives. The things some of these characters are saying, like, human beings don't say these things to other human beings. I was in utter shock and disbelief when a character named Simon made a Simon Says pun and it stayed in the final cut of the film. On top of all that, the characters are all annoying and boring. On top of that, the story is generic and sloppy. I think the only saving grace of this film is that it's short, and it didn't waste my time. While I was begging for it to end by the third act, there was only 10 to 20 minutes left by that point. So, yay, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking Uwe Boll is all he's cracked up to be. An incompetent artist who clearly has no real taste in filmmaking. He just wants to make things that scratch some Neanderthalic juvenile itch he seems to have. House of the Dead definitely was made for only one man. That man is Uwe Boll. However, these specific tropes and desires he has was perfect for a 2000s film-going audience, as the film drew a small amount of dimes last I checked. It's an oddity, if anything, that this was put into theaters. And if you're looking for some truly atrocious filmmaking, throw this on during your bad movie night. You'll definitely have your drunk friends hollering. Oh, fuck. This is a piece of shit. 2.5 out of 10. Catch you later, guys.